were two Apple products that I was legitimately excited about in 2019. First, the iPhone 11 series with its new ultra-wide cameras, and the second were the new AirPods Pros. I was excited for the new AirPods Pros because they're a fully wireless earbud with noise cancellation in a very small and pocketable form factor. And yeah, sure, there are better sounding over-the-ear headphone options such as the famous Bose QC35s or the Sony WH-1000XM3s, but I wanted something that was really small and pocketable, something where I can just reach into my pocket, take in and out of the case really easily with one hand while I'm walking to class. Now, for a little bit of background about myself, I am a person that needs music to survive the day, whether I'm walking to class, if I'm doing homework, or just casually doing chores around the house. I need that music. You can even say that I am kind of an audiophile, but an audiophile that doesn't have the funds to buy $1,000 audiophile grade headphones. But I still know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I've had these earbuds in my ears almost every single day since I got them, like 2 days after their release last year. I've had them for over 8 months now, with 9 months fast approaching, and overall, I've had a very positive experience with them. This is my 8 months AirPods Pro review from a student's perspective. I have a lot of information to cover, and this is a very, very detailed video. So this might be a long one, but if you're debating whether or not you should buy the AirPods Pros or not, this is the perfect video for you. So buckle up. As the predecessor to the original AirPods, Apple has fixed a number of complaints that the original AirPods had. I had personally never got the original AirPods because I was never really happy with the seal that the AirPods gives you. They have the same fundamental design and sound quality as the wired Apple EarPods, which I had been using for the past couple of years, just minus the wires. With the lack of a proper seal, it means that you can hear your surroundings very clearly. It's nice to have when you want to be aware of your surroundings, like if you're going for a jog or something. But you have to crank up the volume during long car rides or when you're studying in a loud cafe, for example. In addition, with the lack of a proper seal, it would mean that you have to overcompensate with more bass. However, the original AirPods didn't do that, so the bass was a little bit mushy. However, I really liked Apple's seamless software integration with iOS and all Apple devices. Apple absolutely nailed that part. But in my opinion, that wasn't enough to compensate for the mediocre sound quality and the poor seal that the earbuds gives you. But now with the new AirPods Pros, Apple created an earbud with user-replaceable silicone tips of different sizes in order to tailor to users with different sized ear canals. This also fixed the issue that some users had where their ears didn't fit the one-size-fits-all universal fit that the original AirPods had. And with these new silicone tips, this created a better seal that drastically improved sound quality and sound isolation, which I will get back to in a little bit. And I also really like the attention to detail with the silicone tips themselves. Some earbuds have a plastic tip that sticks into your ears, which could kind of get uncomfortable if you're wearing them for a long period of time. However, with these earbuds, the silicone tips are silicone all around, which means they are so comfortable to wear even for a very long period of time. Also, with a lot of earbuds, when you jam the earpiece into your ears, it kind of compresses the gas inside of your ear canals, causing a buildup in pressure, which makes you feel like you're kind of underwater or in an airplane. But the new AirPods Pros include a pressure valve that opens up and releases the built-up pressure, making them so comfortable to wear for a long period of time. I remember during exam season, I was studying from when I woke up till when I slept again. And during that time, I was wearing the AirPods Pros for pretty much the entire time in order to study. Occasionally, I would take them out to like charge and to kind of take a break for my ears. But during that time, I had absolutely zero complaints because the silicone tips made them feel like I was literally wearing nothing in my ears. I also really like how Apple included a mesh that goes in between the silicone ear tips and the speaker mesh themselves. This is so nice to have because none of your actual gunk from your ears will actually go on the speaker mesh themselves, which means they are so much easier to clean. Like, have you ever tried cleaning the gunk off of your regular earpods? It's kind of a nightmare. Furthermore, Apple shortened the funny looking stem that sticks down from your ears, which a lot of people complained about and made memes out of. Instead of having a tapping gesture to control play, pause, skip, and previous track, which could be kind of uncomfortable because you're kind of like tapping your ears, the AirPods Pros has a pressure sensor, on the stem, which if you squeeze once, it's going to play pause, squeeze twice, will skip the track, squeeze 3 times, it's going to go to the previous track, and if you were to hold, it's going to switch between transparency mode off or noise cancellation mode. This is also nice to have because there's no chance for your AirPod to be accidentally knocked out of your ear because you are holding your AirPod to squeeze. But unlike the Apple trackpads that has a taptic engine that simulates a physical button click, the AirPods Pros plays an oddly realistic and tactile button click noise right into your ear that you clicked from. This tricks your brain into thinking that you clicked a real physical button, which is literally so weird. It's not over-engineered or anything, it's so simple yet so effective. Once you get your AirPods Pros for the first time, connecting them is so easy. Simply open the case beside your iPhone and click connect. As per all recent released wireless earbuds, the following times you connect, you just have to pop the AirPods out of the case, put it into your ears, and it's going to turn on and connect automatically. Also, going back to the seal we talked about earlier, the sound isolation is greatly improved, which means you don't have to crank up the volume when you're listening in a loud environment. So noise-induced hearing loss can be reduced. In fact, I've never really had to go above 60% volume ever, even in a loud lecture hall. The seal is also what makes the noise cancellation tech possible, so choosing the right size ear tip is very important. In the settings of the AirPods Pros, you can do something called an ear tip fit test, where they play a quick few second audio track right into your ears. Then they use the inward facing microphones to listen to what you're listening to and determine whether or not you have a good seal. This is very nice to have, especially if you are a first-time noise cancellation earbud user, because it gives the user a layer of reassurance that they are using the correct tip. Furthermore, with the inward-facing microphones, they hear exactly what you do. The AirPods Pros then fine-tune the audio by adjusting the equalizer in your earbud in order to give you the best sound possible with minimal distortion and better sound. But to be honest, I think this is just Apple's marketing BS. The AirPods Pros has 3 modes: noise cancellation, transparency, which means you can hear your surroundings clearly, and off mode, which means you are just listening to your music. First, let's talk about off mode. They just sound like regular old passive earbuds. Your surroundings are muffled, and it's kind of an in-between noise cancellation mode and the transparency of transparency mode. Now, when you put your AirPods Pros into noise cancellation mode, it is so cool to hear how the noise cancelling just fades in so smoothly. It's like you're melting into silence. The noise cancellation does a very decent job at cutting off the constant white noise and low-pitched hums, such as the engine of a public transit bus or the constant murmur of a cafe. Of course, noise cancellation isn't perfect, but it does reduce the volume pretty significantly. Any sharp noises like a jackhammer or the sounds of drums will not be cancelled out as well because the device won't have enough time to adjust and react to the sudden change in sound levels. But what I think is more impressive than noise cancellation mode is transparency mode. Transparency mode works so well, even for conversations or if you want to be aware of your surroundings. It literally feels like there is nothing in your ears. Now with the power of digital sound editing, I'm going to simulate how the different modes sound like. I'm going to put you through different scenarios and toggle through the different modes. This works better if you have earbuds or if you have headphones on. Enjoy.
Hits me in the morning, puts me in the moment, the moment.
You have that task and then however much is and that task for the next ones. Wait, you split it into what?
Now that we know that the different notes work really well, how good is the overall sound quality to my picky ears? Personally, I think the sound quality is not bad. It is definitely better than the first gen AirPods. Certainly not audiophile quality though. They kind of sound like regular AirPods, but with the bass improving quite a bit because of the seal we talked about earlier. The bass just sounds a lot more full and a lot more immersive. But most importantly, these earbuds, to my ears, are mid to lower treble heavy, so female vocals do sound really good. The instrument separation is also not bad. It is definitely not mushy. These earbuds sound really good until you compare the sound quality and instrument separation of professional headphones or studio monitors like my ATH M50Xs right here. Like, I'm not saying that the AirPods Pros sound bad, it just doesn't compare to the well-polished and rendered sounds of actual professional studio monitoring headphones. There are better sounding fully wireless earbuds on the market right now, like the Sony WF-1000 XM3s. They're leading the industry when it comes to the sound quality of fully wireless earbuds, but that is a discussion for another time. But if you are a casual listener and not picky like me, then these earbuds would sound amazing to you, I promise. But how do I feel after using them for 8 months? I've been given 8 months to formulate this answer. These AirPods have been through a lot. I've dropped them, I've used them in the rain, snow, extreme heat. I've listened to them almost every single day, which means I've definitely strained the battery quite a bit, but these are still in very good condition. The AirPods Pro's charging case does have slight micro scratches on the surface, which you probably could have seen in the montage earlier. I've never had a single issue with using them in the rain or snow, because the AirPods Pros do have an IPX4 water resistant rating. If you don't know what the IP code means, let me explain. IP stands for Ingress Protection Code. It classifies and rates the degree of protection from intrusions like dirt, dust, and water. But what do the letters and numbers mean? Well, the X means that there is no data available to specify a protection rating with regards to dust and solids protection, and the 4 means the splashing of water from any direction is fine. But also keep in mind that the AirPods Pro's charging case themselves does not have a water resistant rating. Right now, the battery life might be a little bit under the advertised time of 4.5 hours on transparency or noise cancellation mode. After long continuous listening sessions at half volume on noise cancellation mode during 3 timed trials, I averaged around 4.5 hours before they are fully dead, which is not bad, I guess, but definitely not the best in the market. The new Samsung Galaxy Buds Plus released in February of this year is on top of the mountain right now when it comes to the battery life of fully wireless earbuds, with 11 hours of listening time. But the quick charge on the AirPods Pros does still work very well. Apple claims 5 minutes of charge will give you 1 hour of listening time, but me personally, I get around another 1 hour and 20 minutes of listening time after 5 minutes of charge. In terms of latency, consuming any kind of media is completely fine, such as YouTube videos, because your phone is probably delaying the video slightly to make up for the audio delay. Latency has improved since the first gen AirPods, but this is when the limitations of current Bluetooth technology can be seen. In apps where you need real-time touch inputs, pretty much all Bluetooth wireless products suffer a little bit, including the AirPods Pros. For example, if you're playing the finger drums on GarageBand, then it's pretty much impossible to record anything because there will be a delay on the AirPods themselves. After using them for 8 months, I've experienced only 2 connection issues. I popped them out of the case, put them in my ear, and there was like some kind of funny staticky like squeaking noise, but I honestly just think that the AirPods were getting like an automatic update or something. But I just put them back in the charging case and I took them out and it was completely fine to use. That hasn't happened for a while now. However, I feel that the silicone tips are not as grippy after 8 months though. Maybe the chemical composition changed or something, but when I try to shake them off of my ears, like it doesn't come off no matter how hard I shake them, but it just doesn't feel as secure as when I got these earbuds. Of course, I could get a new pair of replaceable ear tips from Apple's website, but I'm not trying to spend more money. These are pretty much all of the complaints I have with them. It's nothing too major, but it would have been nice to see if there were like volume controls right on the AirPods themselves. Like sometimes I just don't want to like reach over to like turn the volume down on my phone or have to call Siri to turn the volume up or down. Maybe a sliding gesture on the stem of the AirPods could have been nice. I'm also kind of worried about the non-replaceable battery in the future, but this is nothing I can really complain about because this is in such a small form factor. Now, time for the final verdict on these AirPods Pros. Apple didn't invent anything new here, by the way. Noise cancellation and transparency modes have been out for a while now, and these features are not exclusive to just the AirPods Pros. Are these the best sounding fully wireless earbuds on the market right now? No. That title goes to the Sony WF-1000 XM3s. Are these the wireless headphones with the best battery life on the market right now? No, that title goes to the Samsung Galaxy Buds Plus. But does that mean I regret buying the AirPods Pros? Absolutely not, because Apple just gets everything just right and well balanced. They nail it when it comes to the sound quality, features, and the convenience of the AirPods, and with the software integration with iOS. They absolutely nailed the small and compact form factor that is really easy to put in and out of your pocket, even if you have like a phone, keys, wallet, things like that. Are the AirPods Pros worth the extra $90 premium over the regular Gen 2 AirPods? Yes, 100%. Is it worth upgrading if you already have the original AirPods? No, probably not, unless you've had them for a while now and the battery is starting to suffer a little bit. But most importantly, would I recommend these AirPods Pros after 8 months of using them? Yes, absolutely. But because they've been out for 8 months now, are the AirPods Pros still worth buying, or should you wait for something like the AirPods Pros 2 to be released? That probably won't be released anytime soon. According to Everything Apple Pro and a number of reliable Apple analysts, the AirPods X might be in the works. But this is not a replacement to the AirPods Pros, but instead it is Apple's replacement to the Beats X lineup. And apparently this is happening later on this year. But these AirPods Pros will still be Apple's flagship when it comes to wireless earbuds. In fact, iOS 14 being released later on this year will include a number of features that are exclusive to the AirPods Pros, the biggest one being spatial audio, which can simulate the multiple speaker experience of 5.1 and 7.1 surround sound standards, and even Dolby Atmos. It does this by adjusting the delay and EQ of sounds. It can even track your head orientation, so when you turn your head, the sounds will still be fixed in one place in space. This is only supported on media that supports spatial audio. Another thing with iOS 14 is its ability to switch between your Apple devices automatically. This is going to be amazing. For example, you could be listening to music on your iPhone, then pick up your iPad to watch a movie, and it will transfer your AirPods to your iPad automatically. Then you have a Zoom call on your Mac, and that switches automatically. Then when you receive a phone call, it's going to switch automatically back to your iPhone. As a person engulfed in the Apple ecosystem, I am so excited for this. Anyways, that is the video. I hope you enjoyed it. This is probably one of the most detailed looks into the AirPods Pros on the internet right now, so a like and a sub to the channel would be well appreciated. Also, follow me on Instagram at jason.ing.media. Thank you so much for sticking around. Hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Peace.